I want to welcome you to the first presidential debate. The participants tonight are Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
I think I could stand
And
up there
not
for
that.
a whole debate.
This debate is sponsored by the Commission on Presidential Debates, a partisan profit organization. The questions are Clinton's and have not been shared with the Donald Trump campaign, and the rules have been agreed to by Hillary Clinton. I will invite you to applaud Democratic nominee for President of the United States, Hillary Clinton.
Get him the hell out of here, will you, please?
I don't expect us to cover the issues of this campaign tonight. So, let's begin.
Secretary Clinton, you want cocaine? Yes. Is that okay? Good. I want you to be very happy.
We were unpacking a lot here, and we're still in the issue of achieving.
Okay.
So I want to move to our next segment. We move into
Why
our next.
am I feeling this high?
Typical politician. All talk, no action. Sounds good, doesn't work, never going to happen. Our country is suffering because people like Secretary Clinton.
Why am I feeling this high?
Look at Secretary Clinton. She doesn't have the look. She doesn't have the stamina. I said she doesn't have the stamina.
The IRS says an
Excuse me.
audit of your taxes. You're perfectly free to release your taxes during an audit. And so the
Lester,
question is,
I will release my tax returns against my lawyer's wishes. When she releases pictures of her big, fat, ugly cunt, and that's against my lawyers, they say don't do
I
it.
have a feeling that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened.
Why not, cunt?
Why not? Yeah, why not?
let me just admonish the audience one more time. There was an agreement. We did ask you to be silent, so it would be helpful
Lester,
for us.
Secretary Clinton doesn't want to use a couple of words, and that's law and order. We have to bring back law and order. We have the worst revival of law and order since the Great Depression. And honestly, that starts with Secretary Clinton.
That is just not accurate. I was against it once it was finally negotiated and the terms were laid out. I wrote about that in...
You called it the gold standard.
I hope...
You called it the gold standard of shows. You said it's the finest you've ever seen.
No.
And then you heard what I said about it, and all of a sudden you were against it.
Mr. Trump, a lot of these are judgment questions. You had supported the war in Iraq before the invasion.
I was against the war in Iraq, just so you put it out.
The record shows otherwise.
The record does not show that. Sean Hannity, which everybody refuses to call Sean Hannity, call him. Call Sean Hannity. I'll call him. He called me the other day.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Well, just listen to what you heard. And
in a way, I should be complaining. I'm not even complaining. I don't mind it. It's almost become a way of life.
I want to move to our next segment. We move into our next segment talking about America's direction, and let's start by talking about race.
I've met black dishwashers, painters, and criminal dishwashers. Our black communities are outgunned. And we've got to get guns out of the hands of police officers.
Now, you're talking about taking out gangs. But you were there, and you were Secretary of State when it was a little infant. Now it's an over 400-pound infant. They're illegally here, illegal infants. And they have guns, and they shoot people. And you're going to stop them? I don't think so.
Just join the debate by saying more crazy things. Now,
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's the kind of thinking that our country needs.
Why not? Yeah, why not? Just super
wrong.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.